Understanding thyroid function and blood tests. The Thyroid Factory. Thyroid hormone is produced by the thyroid gland and helps to regulate many important functions in the body. Some of the most important functions of thyroid hormone include maintaining hair growth, bowel habits, body temperature, and weight and energy levels. The thyroid gland is shaped like a butterfly and is located in the neck just under the Adam's apple, which is naturally more prominent in men. Under normal circumstances, you cannot usually feel your thyroid because it's made up of soft tissue. The thyroid's function can be tested by your doctor using simple blood levels. To better understand how the thyroid functions and how the tests your doctor orders interpret how well it is working, we will use the example of a thyroid factory. Imagine the thyroid gland as a factory that makes hormones 24 hours a day. The two thyroid hormones the factory produces are called T4 and T3. The Thyroid Factory makes T4 and T3 toys around the clock. However, it makes much more of the T4 toy than it does the T3. In fact, T4 accounts for 80% of the toys the factory churns out. The factory prefers making the T4 toy because it's so durable, lasting for a long time despite heavy use. The factory also produces a T3 toy for the remaining 20%. T3 is super exciting, but it breaks down very easily and is used up quickly. When your doctor orders T4 and T3 blood levels, they are checking to see if the thyroid hormones are adequate in your blood. The T4 test, the durable toy, is more reliable over long periods. In contrast, levels of the active thyroid hormone T3, the exciting toy, can vary over short periods of time. The supervisor over the thyroid factory is the pituitary gland. The pituitary gland is found in the center of the brain. Using our example, the boss, Mr. Pituitary, sits high up in a tower above the factory and calls orders to the factory, telling it to make more or less toys. In your body, the pituitary contacts the thyroid factory by using a hormone called TSH, thyroid-stimulating hormone. Under normal circumstances, TSH blood levels are within normal range. This is because the boss, Mr. Pituitary, sees normal amounts of T4 and T3 toys being produced and only calls the factory to check in regularly during the day. The most common blood test doctors order to determine thyroid function, the TSH blood test, does not actually test for T4 and T3 levels at all. Instead, the TSH blood test measures the pituitary's message down to the thyroid as it tells it to make more or less thyroid hormones. So what happens when thyroid function becomes abnormal? Hypothyroidism. If the thyroid factory is not making enough T4 and T3 toys, Mr. Pituitary gets upset and calls the factory more often, hoping to ramp up production. In the blood of someone with low T4 and T3 thyroid hormone levels, the TSH is high. This is a condition called hypothyroidism, or an underactive thyroid. Hyperthyroidism. If the thyroid factory is making a lot of T4 and T3 toys, Mr. Pituitary does not need to work as hard and can relax. He takes more naps while at work and makes very few calls to the factory. Someone with high T4 and T3 hormone levels will have a low TSH. This is a condition called hyperthyroidism, or an overactive thyroid.